Hi, I'm Eric Beard. Through one of the classes that I'm teaching right now for the California University in Pennsylvania, one of our discussion assignments was to talk about some different systems or approaches to resistance training. So behind me on the board I've put some of the answers that I received from my class in this discussion, and I added one or two more. I left a few out just because it didn't all fit on there. I wanted to talk briefly about the ones behind me, but just get you to start to think about different ways to train and different approaches. The human body is pretty amazing, and there's not one correct way to do it. The philosophy of the OPT model to establish joint integrity, coordination, alignment, posture, and stability before moving to exerting high levels of external force, developing hypertrophy and maximal strength, and then power, that still applies. Make sure you get the basics and use those building blocks. But within those phases of training outlined through the NASM's OPT model, all of these approaches can be used. The only question is when do you use it, who do you use it with, and what are the acute variables that you kind of plug into around that to shape out the rest of the system. So whether it's a single set system, which is perfect for a beginner, or multiple set system for someone who's intermediate to advanced, and pretty much anywhere in between, is pretty general, to pyramid sets up and down. So a pyramid set could be starting out with 12 reps for one set, 10 reps the next set, 8 reps the next set, you get the gist. Or you could go the other way with the pyramid, starting off with 2 repetitions one set, 3 repetitions the next set, 5 repetitions the next set, and move up and or down the pyramid. Some people will overtrain and go up and down the ladder in the same session. If you're used to a high volume of training, that can be an effective way to train as well. Circuit training is really an endless sequence of exercises with specifically timed rest periods in between. Some of those intervals have almost none. Some of the circuits are broken up into smaller clusters. Circuit training usually has no rest, but if you look at the grand scheme of things, if you're doing a chest exercise, back exercise, shoulder exercise, leg exercise, there might be a very small rest period at the end to get a drink of water, and then you go back through another one of those circuits. No one right way to do it, but minimal rest period, little to no rest period for circuits is usually what you're looking at. Vertical loading, just to give you an example of that. So if you look at a workout template, we have total body, chest, bicep, tricep, shoulder, leg, all those muscle groups written in together. If you were to do a set of chest, then go to a set of back, and then do a set of shoulders, then a set of biceps, then a set of triceps, then a set of legs, just an example for a total body program, you'd be moving vertically down the template. If you're doing a horizontal loading, you do a set of chest and then rest, and another set of chest and then rest, another set of chest and then rest, and then you move down to back. You can get very creative with it. You can do it either way. Supersets, the way that NASM uses the term supersets is back-to-back exercises for the same muscle group. You might hear that explained in different ways in other places, that's fine. So what we're talking about is using an exercise for chest followed up by another exercise for chest. We use this in the Phase 2 program as well as the Phase 5 program. We use just different styles of exercises and different acute variables depending on the phase. Top corner, we've got ladder sets. I've heard ladder sets explained several different ways, and you guys might have heard that for some of these as well. So if some more, the example one of the students gave in classes, many people can't do a pull-up. Couldn't do a set of 7 pull-ups. So someone do 1 pull-up and then rest, and then do 2 pull-ups and then rest, and then 3 pull-ups and then rest. So they would work up the ladder to try to get up towards the strength endurance to be able to perform an exercise like that. Peripheral hard action circuits, those are exercises where you're going back and forth between upper and lower body exercises, working on the body's ability to recover and enhance circulation. Can be pretty challenging. Tabata training, that's huge right now in boot camps and kettlebell training. All Tabata training is, it's a very specific rest and work interval for circuit training basically. It can be extremely effective. You can get a ton of work done. You're getting that 20 seconds of high intensity work, whatever that exercise is, followed by 10 seconds of rest. It can be pretty brutal. A lot of work done in a little bit of time. Pre-exhaustion, more of a bodybuilding approach. So perhaps I would do a set of leg extensions and then do squats. It can work. The thought there is if you've got a muscle group that's weaker and needs more attention, you would give it more attention and more total work throughout the set. Rest pause, usually done in powerlifting type approaches where you're resting and pausing like throughout a bench press throughout. Can get over sticking points and help someone develop starting strength. Super slow, kind of goes without saying. Some people think it's a whole workout program, which it is, but you could just have super slow repetitions built into your set. Complexes or groups of exercises. This is just a spin-off on circuits. You might have 3 or 4 exercises in a group, 3 or 4 exercises in another group, 3 or 4 exercises in another group, and you go kind of in circuits throughout those. That's one way to do that. You can build those 3 or 4 sets or 3 or 4 exercises within each group. Endless ways to put that together. Compound sets, back-to-back exercises for opposite muscle groups. So it might be bicep, tricep, it might be dumbbell chest press followed by a pull-up or a barbell row. It's kind of your choice on that. So these are just a few ideas on systems for resistance training. By no means is this exhaustive. And there was even some more that my students have put in with some of Pavel's ideas that he teaches throughout his kettlebell training. So what I'd like to find out is what other ideas that you guys have. So feel free to go ahead and comment below on some resistance training systems that you use, some approaches that you've had great success with or read about or maybe have questions on. Because there's plenty to learn and it's great to get different ideas. But this is specifically coming from the sports performance training class at California University in Pennsylvania. We're going through their bachelor's level program in exercise and sports science and department, and they're going through basically a sports management track focusing on some exercise science. So I'm Eric Beard. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to your comments and questions about different systems and approaches for resistance training. Have a great day.